Hello, in this video we're going to walk through how you can create custom Gutenberg blocks for your Codeiris website. So as a quick recap, if we go to our website here, this is the website that we'll be demonstrating this functionality on. And if we pull up a page here, this is a page that was built in the Codeiris CMS using the Gutenberg editor. And as you can see, it has a heading, some more headings, paragraphs, etc. Now, the Gutenberg editor, if we open it up and open up this page in it, it's FAQs, we could go to the Pages screen, then search on FAQs. And if we choose Edit Page and open it up in the Gutenberg editor, the Gutenberg editor has quite a few blocks built in by default. So I could type the slash to choose a new block, and a bunch of blocks here come up that's built into the Codeiris Gutenberg editor by default. And if I wanted to search on, for example, YouTube, more blocks would come up that match my search result as well. So there's many blocks built in by default. However, you can also add custom blocks as well if you want to use a block that isn't built in by default. So the way you would add a custom block is you'd use JavaScript and CSS to add the block. And if we go to the operations portal and we go to the CMS section, and then down near the bottom we can choose Gutenberg files. And here are all of your custom Gutenberg files related to the Gutenberg editor. So in this example, we are going to add a grid block where we can control the basically what we'll allow the user to do is to create a grid of tiles and then insert content in those tiles. So it's very much like a CSS grid block, if you will. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to add our block file. So all blocks should be stored in the blocks folder. So what we'll do is we'll type in blocks / grid.js. Now this grid.js file is going to reside in the blocks folder, and it's going to be our grid block. So we can go ahead and click enter. And as you can see, the path is Gutenberg blocks grid, which is what we want. Now if we go into the details, you can see we have a hello world sample content there. Now, so that we don't spend all of this video time recording a video of me coding this from scratch, I'm going to paste in some code that I've already written for this grid block. So I've pasted it in, and I'm going to go ahead and choose save. And let's walk through the code here for a little bit. So the first thing that we're going to do is create our function so we don't pollute the global JS scope. That's straightforward enough. And then the next thing you can see that here that we're doing is we're setting a variable here, L equals wp.element.createElement. Now, WordPress typically uses React to create custom blocks. However, in the Codeiris Gutenberg CMS, we use vanilla JavaScript, which you can also use with WordPress as well if you prefer. And what we're doing here is we are going to use the WordPress create element function to create our HTML elements for our blocks. And then we are going to register our new custom block with WordPress, the WordPress editor. So as you can see, this WP stands for WordPress, and it is exposed in the global scope when the Gutenberg editor loads. And then you can use their JavaScript APIs to create your custom blocks and etc., just as you normally would in WordPress. So here we're registering our custom block. This is the key that I'm using, and the title is grid. You can specify an icon and all of your attributes as normal. So I won't go through everything here. We set several things just following the normal process of adding a custom Gutenberg block, and we add some options and whatnot that the user can set for this, this block. And as you can see here, we're registering another custom block. This is going to be the cells or the tiles inside of the grid, and will allow the user to add grid cells basically in the main grid. So we just registered that one as well. And now what we can do is hop over to the Gutenberg editor here, and we'll refresh the page. And because we have added this grid block within the Gutenberg blocks folder, it will automatically be loaded into this Gutenberg editor. And if we scroll down and attempt to add it by clicking the slash, we can search on grid. And as you can see here, it's popping up here as an available option. We can go ahead and select it. Now, as you might see, I did select it and it was added, but it really doesn't look at all like a grid, and there's no styling associated with it. So to add our styling, we can add styling in one of two ways. What you'll want to do is add two style sheets. The first one will be editor-style.css. So you can see it was added here. And then we'll also want to add style.css. So the editor style is loaded only for this Gutenberg editor when you're editing a page. This allows you to style certain aspects of the editing functionality that the user might need as they're editing a page. The style.css style sheet is loaded on the website itself, so it will be loaded here when your page loads, and it will also be loaded in the editing experience as well. So basically what we can use the CSS style sheet for is styling our custom blocks both in this view and on the customer view as well. And then any editor specific styles you would put just in this editor style, since it's only going to be loaded on this page. So let's go ahead and open the style.css file, and I'm going to copy in some styles for my grid block. I'm going to choose save. Now this is going to add some styles so it looks more like a grid. So now let's refresh the editor view and then add that grid block again. And as you can see, we have a grid of tiles here. And then if we click into the tile, we could add something like my paragraph or my tile 1, my tile 2, my tile 3, my tile 4. Now we could add more tiles here, or if we select the grid here, and we select the block, you can see that in this custom block I've built out the options to add a color, borders, specify the number of tiles, the gap, etc. So you can add as many options as you'd like for your custom blocks, and then once I'm ready to save, I'll just go ahead and save the page. And if we go back to the website and refresh, we'll see our tiles down here, and they are in the grid view because my styles from that style sheet has been applied to both this view on the website and the editing experience here. So we'll cover one last thing, and that's the editor styles. So for example, let's say I wanted to style, add a background color to the editor content here. For the sake of a simplistic example, what we could do is inspect element here, and as we can see, we have our editor styles wrapper. If I wanted to create a background color for the editor, I could open my editor style sheet, add that there, and then let's just say background color red, save it, refresh, and as you can see, the background color in the editing experience has changed to red. But if we hop back to the website, anything in the editor style sheet will only affect the editor, and it's not going to affect the user experience on the website. Alright, so that's how you can customize and add custom blocks for Gutenberg. You really only need the editor style sheet, the style sheet that's applied for both the editor and the website, and then you can just go ahead and start creating your custom blocks in the blocks folder. One last thing to note is that in order to add and manage custom blocks, you will need the employee roles of either Gutenberg File Edit, Super User, or Administrator. Super and Administrator are very high roles, and Gutenberg File Edit will grant you access to add and edit these files so you can create custom blocks. Thank you all for watching.